It is, just as Shmuel was saying earlier, it is my great honor and pleasure to introduce Kathleen Weeks and Patrick Russoniello. I've known both Kathleen and Patrick for many years. These are two of my favorite staff, most favorite staff at IEEE. They work in IEEE Corporate Organization. Kathy is well known for her engagement in Africa, IEEE Africa. I think we even have some attendees here from Africa, which speaks to the great work she's done over there. And with Patrick, I have worked for many years on industry engagement, ad hoc committee, and then later on the formal committee. With no further ado, I think Patrick will be presenting. Patrick, please go ahead.
Thank you, Dejan. And thank you to Taylor and the Santa Clara Valley section, to Dejan's Corporate Liaison Program and the extended family, and to Chetan for his excellent presentation. I'm actually going to turn my camera off only because when I present, it tends to slow down my bandwidth and feed, and I don't want to mix that up. Excuse me. But thank you, everyone, for having me today. I wear two hats at IEEE, and my second hat that I wear is that I'm an IEEE Business Engagement Manager for the Corporate Partnership Program, which is a fairly new program at IEEE. It's about 2 years old. And I support two of our corporate partners, which I'll get to in a second. And not to sound too cliched, but I love my job and what I do with the Corporate Partnership Program. And that's because I get to be part of the future of IEEE, meaning I get to roll my sleeves up, and together with our corporate partners, I get to review their strategic direction and hear from their leaders who are leading their strategic direction, understand their needs and potentially their future needs. And then I get to work across IEEE to deliver a pretty comprehensive set of offerings tailored to their goals, to their interests, and to their technology stake. Just advance the slides here. So I just wanted to start out, I know it's late, or it's later in the evening, in the afternoon rather, in California, around the world, but I just wanted to have people start imagining the question, what if? And you've probably seen this before, but I from the Corporate Partnership Program perspective, I like to think of it in terms of the future. So, what if there was a mechanism for re-engaging with industry, both at the company and at the industry level? What if there was a way to open up more of the IEEE's technical breadth and, quite frankly, some of its awesome value and power of IEEE while creating potentially new revenue streams? And what if there was a way to establish new relationships between industry, with industry and local sections, and our members, like folks like you at the Santa Clara Valley section and from around the world? We're at a crucial time, an interesting time at IEEE in the world. And we think the Corporate Partnership Program, that we think we have something that can answer nicely some of those what if questions that I just said before. So for those of you hearing it for the first time, you're probably wondering, well, what the heck is the Corporate Partnership Program? Well, it's a comprehensive set of offerings, like I said, where we bring together the awesome strength of IEEE from all of our OUs across the organization. And we put it together in a comprehensive package tailored to our company's business needs, to their technology stake, as I mentioned. So I'm just going to go through some of those offerings real quick. The first is a dedicated business engagement manager. That's my colleague Kathy Weeks and myself. And we are a corporate partners, everything for IEEE, their point of contact. As we know, IEEE is a very large and sometimes complex organization, and it's hard for whether you're an outsider or a non-member or a member or a corporate partner or not to really navigate IEEE. So we take care of all that for you, and we can take care of your day-to-day questions. The second piece of it is a discount on IEEE membership. This is for both new and renewing members, a $25 discount. It's eligible to a company or to one of our partners' employees around the world. It's not exclusive to just one country. And at this day and age, who doesn't like a nice discount off of anything, really? And with IEEE membership discount, the benefits of IEEE membership are really just bountiful. So this is a really, really great offering we provide. The next is a standards advanced corporate membership. And if you're involved in standards or not, you've probably heard of IEEE standards. We're one of the leading bodies when it comes to standards. And from a company's benefit, who doesn't want to engage and influence technology development, right? So through the world-renowned IEEE Standards Associations, what we call advanced corporate membership, a partner, the company can ensure that its business interests are heard and are represented on the global stage. And it's a really cool part of the Corporate Partnership Program. The next is a two-parter, actually. Access to IEEE technical experts. So through the power of IEEE's, I think today we're up to 416,000 strong IEEE membership base. We have distinguished lecturers and experts from across our IEEE societies and councils. And together through the Corporate Partnership Program, those folks deliver customized webinars to a company and their workforce on any topic that aligns with their technical focus. And some of my current partners that we have right now, we've been doing AI and ML. Really the company tells us, here's what we want an expert in, and we deliver the they tell us here's a technical topic that they want an expert in, and then we source those speakers from across our large database of IEEE members in our societies. But the second part of that is something that's really, really cool, I think. And that's because we know that folks in industry don't have time to take off of work to go to conferences. Back when conferences were in person, rather, it'd take 3, 4, 5 days to take off of work, sometimes using vacation time. You have to get approvals, maybe even using money out of your own pocket. And we know that that was really cumbersome, right? Folks wanted to one day in and out where you get to network with like-minded individuals, you get to hear from experts, get questions to your day-to-day job, and network with your peers. And so what we do is a company tells us they want the best, they tell us AI or they tell us power and energy. So we go through our IEEE conferences and events database, and we aggregate all the best keynotes and plenary talks and sessions on a particular topic, and we deliver it through the IEEE TV platform that's unique only to our partner. We don't do that for anyone else. And this way, those folks who are working, they can watch it at their leisure. It's on demand. It can be uploaded into their library. And we bring the best of IEEE's content and conferences from around the world. And we deliver an on-demand access to a partner and their workforce, which is really great. Access to top talent, right? So we know that access to competition for top talent is fierce. It's sometimes cutthroat, and companies, are probably asking themselves, why do we have to seek them out? Why can't they come to us? And so IEEE, I think, provides really nice solutions to that through our IEEE Eta Kappa Nu Honor Society, which are the top students from around the world. What I like to say, the best of the best of the best. They have a student leadership conference every year. We have local IEEE student chapters all around the world, including some of those HKN branches all around the world. And what we do is we can bring some of that best talent, those best students, directly to a partner through our International Leadership Conference, where a partner can deliver a keynote, can get into a room, an interview room with some of those students, or if there's a local office, or there's a manufacturing plant or whatever that's close to a student branch, we could set up a 1 or 2 hour, get to know you, where some folks from the companies come to the campus, or they get into a virtual room, and we take care of the rest. We invite the students, whether it's EEs or CECs, let's say. If it's a virtual, that's fine. If they wanted to come in person, hopefully we get back to that point. It could be a 1 hour, pizza party or something at a restaurant, where again we bring those top students to the company, so they don't have to chase them down. And like I said, the IEEE Eta Kappa Nu Honor Society, those students are the best of the best from all around the world, and it's a really nice added benefit. One of the really cool events at IEEE, it's our flagship. It's called the IEEE VIC Summit. That stands for Vision Innovation Challenges Summit in our Honor Society. And that's where every year we IEEE honors technology and industry leaders on the world stage at our VIC Summit and our honor ceremony. Our corporate partners have front row seats at this event, literally, meaning you get 8 tickets to attend. We've had really nice, we're getting more and more news coverage of this, where we hold these events in major cities. So major news outlets are coming, publications are picking up on it. So it gets great publicity for some of these companies, but then they get access to those medal winners, to those award winners, and they get access to IEEE's senior volunteers and senior leadership. And that just, you don't get that at IEEE, but we bring that to our partner through the Corporate Partnership Program, and some really nice added value benefits come as a result of these type of networking engagements. One of our newest additions is a 10% discount on our IEEE Explore Digital Library products, as well as a 2-week free trial of the IEEE Explore Digital Library. And for our IEEE members, you've probably heard of this. I'm going to get to this in a slide or two, but this is something that we started to offer, or we're offering to some of our SMEs and those startups, because we know that they might not be able to afford the full price of the IEEE Explore, but they need it. So this is a nice bridge to sort of wet the beak and introduce them to the world of IEEE Explore down the road. And last but not least, formal recognition as an IEEE corporate partner. We host over 1,900 conferences and events all around the world. We have public-facing websites. We have collateral. Through the Corporate Partnership Program and through the offerings here, we are in all parts of IEEE. And you know, there's a saying, nothing, you know, good bad publicity is good publicity, or the saying goes, you know, we put the brand, we put the logo on all types of collateral at events, like I said, and it's just a really nice way to get hundreds of thousands, if not millions of eyeballs on a company's logo. And of course, you know, through clicks and stuff, people can get to their websites, and it's just great visibility through the Corporate Partnership Program. Here are our three current corporate partners. You might know the names: Boeing Company, Lockheed Martin, Crown Sterling, who's actually based out in California. And here's some of the accomplishments that our corporate partners have said. So through our partnership together, they've seen pretty nice membership growth, more volunteers into the IEEE pipeline, including some at board members, meaning at some of the highest level boards and committees across IEEE. Elevation of members to IEEE Senior and IEEE Fellow grade. This can look good on a CV, but it also is a really nice added bonus for someone who's in a company who maybe wants to get to that next level in terms of promotion. And it's a great way to network also down the road. Once folks retire, they always hold that distinction of being a senior member, a fellow, a life member. And I know that there are some folks on this line, Piero one, Dejan's another that comes to mind, who have these distinctions, and they can attest to it as well. Senior executives, I personally have been able to get some of these senior executives from our partners speaking at some of IEEE's largest conferences in all different types of disciplines. So we put, again, it's great for branding and publicity. It's also good positioning as a thought leader. And it's a joy and that I love doing, to be able to secure an executive at the highest level, or, you know, maybe someone talking technically. For example, at the Digital Avionics Conference, I think it was in San Antonio this year. Last year it was in San Diego, and I worked with a section volunteer, like, you know, yourselves here, to secure two different executives to take part as a keynote and as a panelist, and they were really grateful to have that type of exposure at our IEEE conferences and events. World-class webinars. I mean, I can't explain it enough. The appreciation that the employees get at the end of a 1-hour webinar on an emerging technology, where not only do they get a CEU or a PDH out of it, but they learned something that they've never learned before, or they heard something. They got access to someone. They were able to ask questions of an IEEE, you know, a leading expert that we're able to source through our IEEE community that they just can't get, quite frankly, anywhere else, not even through their own company. And I hear this more and more, that it's a really nice added value. And the great thing about the webinars, which is part of the core package, is they're recorded and they're made on demand so that the workforce can watch it at their leisure after the fact. Or if they're not able to be there live, they can watch it after the fact. And thought leadership, right? So thought leadership and engagement, we really position these corporate partners above, you know, above others, meaning, you know, their logos are out there. We're able to position their executives and their people at our conferences and events. They're serving on, whether they're volunteers, on boards and committees. And it's just a really nice distinction to be able to say, we are an IEEE corporate partner. And we've heard that more and more through some of our partners listed here. You know, there's also, you know, again, partnership is sharing the benefits, and it goes hand in hand. As much as they get something out of it, we get something out of it as well. As you see here, some of these things are already touched on, but expert collaboration, again, we're bringing our IEEE experts to the company, to our partner, to be able to collaborate through some things like our standards, advanced corporate membership, through the volunteering opportunities and the other offerings. We're fostering innovation within the partners' companies, global networking, through the member discount, through the volunteering opportunities, again, through these speaking engagements, the global networking. I mean, you just don't find these things all together under one umbrella anywhere else. Access to top talent, that's going to be something that's going to be pretty crucial. It is now, but it's going to be even more crucial moving forward. You know, technology changes very fast, skills change very fast, and companies are going to need access to that top talent. Excuse me. And IEEE has just, you know, 2 or 3 really great mechanisms that other organizations, quite frankly, just can't offer. but we can, and it's something that we're really proud of. And public visibility, as I mentioned, 1,900 events around the world on an annual basis, meaning anywhere between 3 to 5 on any given day. Moving to the virtual platform, you might even see more than that next year and into 2022. We'll see how that happens, but companies just have this the access to the IEEE ecosystem through our conferences and events, like I said, volunteering opportunities, speaking engagements. Again, under one umbrella, and as your business engagement manager, I see to it, and my colleague Kathy Weeks see to it, that we check off all these boxes and a lot more. We make sure that the customer's needs are taken care of, and we go above and beyond to make sure that we accomplish that year over year. I don't want to spend too much time on the pricing tiers here. These offerings I just went through, but this is the reason we come up with tiers is because, again, we're in year 2 of our quote unquote pilot, and we realize that the needs of some of the SMEs and startups who we refer to as tier 3 differ vastly from those tier 1s, including those, what can one company afford versus the other. And for us, it's not really about money, to be honest with you. We want to make sure that we're, excuse me, that we're using this as a mechanism and as a vehicle to re-engage with industry and deliver to them and give them some of IEEE offerings from across the IEEE under one umbrella. This is actually on our public website now, which has been revamped. I encourage you all to visit it, IEEE.org/CPP. And as you see, we have it broken down into 3 tiers, and they're all very similar, except you want to get into tier 3. That's geared, again, more towards startups, consultants, even the SME world. Tier 2 is for Fortune 500 companies, and tier 1 are those Fortune 100 companies. And before I move on, I'd just like to also mention that while these are the core offerings, we at times are happy to customize. We've done that in the past. We field calls all the time where a company X might say, well, maybe not these 2 things, but what about these other things? And so while these are the core offerings, any 3 of these are customizable. And another nice added feature is we work across the organization, meaning we work with the OUs, we work with societies. There have been at times where we've been in touch with some of our largest societies to come up with a bundled membership discount or a bundled package. And thirdly, what I would say is sometimes when we have calls with potential partners, it might not be that they don't want this after all, but they want something else at IEEE. So we're happy to make that connection. Kathy and myself have signed up dozens of IEEE members. We've referred things on to IEEE standards to Explore. I know that the Explore team made a sale with a really large company, and that relationship is expanding, and to other different areas of IEEE. So again, even if we don't sign up a partner here, we're still able to make the connections to bring them into the IEEE ecosystem, which is still, at the end of the day, it's a great win because part of the goal of this, as I said, is to engage and to strengthen our ties with industry, and this is a really nice way to do it. Here. So if you saw from our tier 3, this is something that we're offering to our tier 3 potential partners, and only to those tier 3 partners. Again, this is geared towards some of those SMEs and startups who need access to the IEEE Explore digital library. They may not know it now, but once they sit down with us, they realize that they do need access to over 5 million documents, right? The digital library, you get access to our journals, our magazines, conference proceedings, and it's all, and again, to our IEEE members, I'm probably saying something you have already heard numerous times, but to our non-members, this is the best. This is the go-to. This is not Google. This is the trusted library for research, and it's delivered in an electronic filing cabinet. So a company and their researchers, or if they're not researchers, they can all share the data. They have access to it. And like I said, this is your go-to. You're not going to find this anywhere else. The level of quality we have in here is unparalleled. There's powerful search tools, and we deliver the information that you and your company needs to move ahead in delivery of products or R&D or whatever the case may be. So part of the goal I wanted to get here today was to let folks know that the Corporate Partnership Program exists. It's out there. We're signing up partners. We have conversations. Kathy and I have meetings every single day, some early, some at night, depending upon where folks are in the world. So I hope we accomplish that by letting folks know what the Corporate Partnership Program is about, who we are, but also we wanted to see if we can identify some, what we call becoming an IEEE CPP ambassador. We know with the Santa Clara Valley section, I think it's our largest section, right? Or it still is in the world. Santa Clara Valley is home to, Silicon Valley, Oakland's there, San Francisco, of course. And so we could really benefit from, telling us, well, give us some feedback on these offerings. Not so much are these hitting the mark, but do you think these resonate within your company, within companies in the Valley, or even around the world if you're not from the Santa Clara Valley section? It's always good hearing from our industry members. You are the folks who are, day-to-day bench level practitioner type people. Let us know, are these offerings hitting the mark? Are there things we should be thinking of differently or adding to or refining? Is this something that you think, again, your company or companies in the area would be interested in? Could you help us identify leads within your company, within your industry, or within the section? And we invite you to be part of the future of IEEE. Right now, it's just Kathy and myself. And we enjoy doing what we're doing, but we enjoy more working with our volunteers, identifying those ambassadors, those champions of IEEE and the Corporate Partnership Program. And we invite you to, reach out to us. Let us know if this is of any interest to you. If you, if you're happy to help support us, be part of IEEE and be part of the Corporate Partnership Program with us as we move forward into next year and beyond. So with that, I'd like to say thank you. Thank you for your time. I know, folks, it's probably around dinner time and you have families or other meetings to get to, but I appreciate you giving up about 20 minutes to be with us here today. And I'll turn it over to Dejan if there's any questions or comments, and I'll turn it back over to you, Dejan.
Yes, thank you, Patrick. Excellent presentation. We have a question from Yuko Nakamura, who says he's from Hitachi R&D, and he would like to share your slides with senior executives at Hitachi Global Research, if this presentation is going to be available. So I will, Yuko, I will provide to Kathy and to Patrick your email address, and then I'd let them, I also have slides, but I'll let them share the slides with you.
Yeah, absolutely. We will. Thank you.
Thank you, Dejan. And thank you for the request.
Yeah, please type in your questions in Q&A. Until you do, I have a few suggestions and questions. One other benefit is that, as you know, Patrick, we have Industry Advisory Board, which is comprised of a number of CXO people from industry, from ARM, AMD, IBM, from HP, and many others. We even have IABs at the society level, and we have one IAB member here present, and he's panelist, Shmuel Shatan. So is it possible to organize, access, make connections, if and where appropriate, for these CPP members with our IAB?
Yes, absolutely. So that's part of my job as a business engagement manager. There's one example I can explain where, excuse me, one of our partners did want to find out what are some of those high exposure types volunteering opportunities, and the advisory board was the easy one. Some of our societies have industry advisory boards, so we plug them into that. We can't make promises. We can't say because you're a corporate partner, you by default get access to that. We have to play by the rules as anyone. But we at least give them a leg up in the process, knowing who to go to get to that. And as we've seen, Dejan, you've seen some of our corporate partners do have people who sit on some of those high-level boards, and we see networking done and relationship building all the time, and we're happy to connect the dots. And those IAB members are also happy to give back as well, right? They're volunteering to be part of the IEEE advisory board. So it's a nice win-win for both of us.
Yeah. The other example that we can offer is, I'm sorry, Kathy, did you want to say something?
No, I'm good. Thank you.
The other benefit we can offer is in terms of trending. We have the pilot project, Patrick, that you're very well aware of, that we can provide to some of the corporate partners some early access to the technology trends, because we have access into Explore, and we can recognize these. Any comments on that?
You're absolutely right. And we also come to our corporate partners with offerings like that all the time, whether it's products and services that are about to come out, but we also like to get their feedback on it. And we like to give them that inside track, so to speak. So not only to get their feedback on it, but to perhaps down the road get them involved. But we make connections like that all the time, Kathy and myself. And again, these are just some of the opportunities as we grow out the corporate partnership program and people know that this is what it is and who we are. We're making connections like this all the time.
And congratulations, Kathy and Patrick. You got the first volunteer for your ambassador CPP program. Zabo Baron is volunteering to participate.
Hi, Zabo. I'll be in touch with you tomorrow.
Yes, we know him well.
Tomorrow my time. Yes.
Okay. And the next comment I have is, although you mentioned that, but we can engage them in organizing special events like we've done with industry conference on infrastructure. But also the benefit is in working with societies. I mean, you to work with corporate, but we have representatives of societies here. I think Michelle Tubb was from who is from Computer Society, and there are other people from other societies. So you can narrow them down, not only go broad in corporate, but also narrow them down in specific areas of technologies.
Absolutely. I'll take this one. So when we talk to someone, we get calls right, in a few minutes on the phone, we know that this CPP is not for them. So we ask them about their technical areas of expertise and interest, and we do drill down, and we've had several people join societies over the last few months. So yeah, once they call us, we do not let the caller leave without having them engage on some level by IEEE. So this CPP program, these inquiries, it's kind of it's a gateway for people to learn about IEEE or from industry. So, usually there's some way we engage them. So.
Okay. By the way, we have on the call not only current and past chairs of Santa Clara Valley section, but also past region director of the whole Region 6, where this is located, but also some of the multiple past and future region directors. But we have the question on one of these past region directors and Santa Clara Valley section chair, who said, sounds like you're getting some nimbles on the CPP. I would love to get a few more members. I presume that he's going to volunteer to recruit them. And glad to see CPP member that is not in our space. That's Tom Coughlin. Any comments on this?
Hi, Tom. Yes, so we could have a call. Yes, we would welcome any feedback, any kind of assistance, a volunteer champion. So thank you, Tom.
Yeah, and this is also why we came to Santa Clara Valley section, right? You're in the heart of where technology is and where technologists are. And we only did 2 of these this year. COVID kind of put our planning, down the toilet, so to speak, but we ramped up to virtual. And we needed to make sure that we hit Santa Clara Valley section because, again, this is where technology is, and the largest concentration of companies is in the Valley, in my opinion anyway. And it would, we behoove ourselves if we didn't at least reach out to you folks first. And again, if you have ideas, not only for the CPP, but if you want to be a champion for us, potentially help identify leads and work with us moving forward, we would love to have you.
Okay. Any other questions by anyone? Shmuel, would you like to comment anything? Because you have been for many years member of Computer Society Industry Advisory Board.
I think that now that we are, and we had some emails on the side, revamping the advisory board, I'll reach out and see how we pick it up.
Yeah.
We actually tried it a couple of years ago, so it's very apropos and timing.
Yeah. Yeah. I encourage these 2 groups at the corporate level and Computer Society to try to work together for the benefit of both. We are approaching 7:30, which was our planned end. I thank you very much, Kathy and Patrick. It was a great presentation. Thanks for working very thoroughly on presenting, and thanks everyone for staying with us up until this very late moment.
Thank you for having us. We appreciate it.
Thank you for organizing, Dejan.
Yes.
Yeah. As a reminder, this is recorded and it will be put very shortly by the end of this weekend on the website of the Santa Clara Valley section. Thanks again and have a great evening. Bye.
Thank you. Good night, everyone. Stay well.
Bye-bye.